If you're in the US and you want to custom out your Tesla, there are a lot of great choices, but what do you do if you're in the European Union somewhere? What do you do if you're UK? Well, I've got some ideas. It's called Custom Tesla, and we're going to have a quick chat about that. I'm Brian. Welcome to Future Oza. So we're out here in Austria checking it out, and we've got some information we can have. What kind of custom stuff are people doing with their Teslas these days?
There is basically no limits. We do starting from some basic things like automatic door handles, automatic frunk, ambient lighting, sound insulation, but also up to full customized vehicle projects, where we basically can, maybe I send you some pictures, paint the whole interior, also individualize the ambient light
right into it.
system, so it's not the standard silver anymore, but your custom color scheme. And this demo we have 3 of our main standard products, so to say, demonstrated. The ambient lighting.
Yes.
Then we have our sound insulation.
Okay, I'm looking at 3 layers.
Yeah, this is the presentation setup.
Right. Cut away so we can actually see it.
And touch it. So we have basically 3 layers. One for reducing rattles and the swinging of the sheet metal. Mm-hmm. Sound dampening to actually make it less noisy. And the foam-based material to reduce air volume, because where no air is, there is no air to transmit.
That's neat. And then what do we got down here? What's going on?
This is just the power supply for the third demo.
For your demonstration? Around here?
For the automatic door handles. Basically, look from the outside, they look like OEM.
And it's RGB?
It's RGB. You can set it to a static color or let it animate. Basically, they work like the original door handle. You can push to let them open. You can double press the park button in your car to let all 4 open at the same time. If you pick somebody up, for example, and they still need to figure out how the Tesla door handle works.
So if you're an Uber driver,
for example,
or your parents can't remember, instead of putting a sticker on the door that says push it, what you do is you pull up, put it in park, double tap the park, and boom, out pop the door handles.
Yep.
That's
actually
great.
We have some taxi cabs in Munich, which choose the automatic door handles from us, not because of the nice design, but just to let them open and
to make it clear.
Make it easier for the customers. Yeah.
That's good process control right there. So you said that a basic kind of thing that people might do is these things, the sound dampening, the door handles, but that they get pretty extreme from there. So when it comes to like interior painting, what kind of surfaces are people painting?
Basically any surface.
Really?
So we have a customer who choose to make all these light gray areas, which like here in the door or in the center console, for example, on the steering wheel, in high gloss black, piano black, which we generally not advise to because it's very scratch.
And fingerprints and dust.
Fingerprints,
and,
yeah. But he likes it, so he gets it.
They might want Tesla red.
They can have it, sure.
That's crazy.
We are also in the project I mentioned, he has the ambient lighting from us and tinted these parts in orange because the color scheme of his car is black and orange.
So the ambient light matches his brake calipers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is quite challenging because you can't use regular paint because then you would just block off the light.
Right.
But there is a tint color available.
That's neat.
Which basically brings color but lets light through it.
So when you do sound dampening, how quiet does it get?
Depends on the package. We have 3 standard packages we offer. In the Ultra package, we are with our demo car at 11 decibels,
Okay.
which is basically a little bit better than reducing by 50%. So half.
So about literally about half the volume. That's a big jump. That's a big jump. And where all does the noise dampening go? In the doors?
In the
the front
doors.
doors, in the back doors, where else?
In the trunk.
Uh-huh.
So in the
Trunk lid.
in the lid, yes. In the lower trunk area,
Okay.
especially on the Model Y, because there it is just a plastic.
It's big. And
Yeah.
it's a big rattly.
and from made out of plastic.
Yeah.
The sides,
Yeah.
the rear quarter panels from the inside.
Okay.
Big aluminum parts which rattle much. The penthouse. This is the area below the rear passenger seat.
Below. Oh, right. Where the battery.
The part of the battery comes out.
Yep.
Also in the Ultra package, we take out the whole interior, so also the seats.
Oh, wow.
We soundproofing the complete
floor,
floor.
too?
On the floor, it's actually not the problem of dampening, reducing the sound, but the rattling of the sheet metal,
Oh, sure.
which is in contact with the battery case.
Right. Okay.
And basically all of the plastic trim pieces in the B pillar, C pillar, the headliner.
Those are prone to rattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, every time one part touches another part and is connected using some kind of clips,
Yes.
there is a good potential for rattling.
Yes.
And if the car was in service or repair, oftentimes the rattling potentially gets worse and worse because the clips wear out.
Yes.
Then you have to replace them. We usually also tape the clips so they don't move as much inside these little holders here. And yes, that's
very cool.
the most part of reducing rattle sounds. And for reducing the noise volume, we have the 3 layers on all sheet metal
Yes.
parts here.
Oh.
On the inside, and for example, the
Oh.
wheel arches, we have different material which accommodate the curvature better.
Sure.
And
How much weight does Ultra add to the car?
around 70 kilos.
Okay. Not bad. A large suitcase in the trunk is yeah. Okay, 2, but not too bad.
Or one passenger. So
Yeah.
sometimes we have people who say, it's so much, and does it affect the power consumption? And then I always reply, is that the same question you would ask a passenger?
Yeah. And the answer is I would never think of that.
Yeah.
Right.
And basically, it really doesn't affect the
No.
consumption.
It's the wind that affects
wind.
the consumption, really. Now, I know a lot of my viewers are going to ask this. Is there anything that sound dampens the children or the spouses? Can you put foam on their mouths or faces?
Technically possible.
But it's not something you guys do.
It depends on your restriction, which country you live
Oh,
in.
sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I guess check your
For
local.
that reason, we have the mobile service, so we can come
Sure,
to you
sure,
and do all
sure.
the installations and everything that is legal in your
Oh,
country.
I gotcha. So we're not going to be. We'll only do things that are not super big crimes in your country. What does a sound dampening package generally run at the different levels?
The basic package is at 2,000 euros.
Okay.
A little bit depending on the model. Model
Sure.
X, for example, is way more work,
Right.
especially in the Falcon wing doors because of the ultrasonic sound sensors. We
Yes.
must not interfere with that. The Pro package is around 3.5,
Okay.
and the Ultra package is at 5.
Okay. So if what you wanted was a quiet ride like a Mercedes, this is a Model 3 Plus Ultra is still going to be cheaper than what you would get for a comparable package.
Sure.
And I think that's a good way to approach it because not everyone wants to have, and I think that's a good solution because not everyone wants to have every feature in the car. Not everyone needs that level of sound dampening. Not everyone can afford the extra 5,000 euros.
Yeah.
And if 5,000 is too much, go to 2.
Yeah, I always tell our customers the best result for the price you already have with the basic insulation.
Okay.
It already brings around 4 to 5 decibels reduction. The Pro package is the so to say the maximum you get, which is reasonable. And the Ultra package is the top 1 to 10%. If you're that sound
is for people who really want it. Yeah, that's
and we
exciting.
also experimented with going even further of that. So for example, for the aluminum part here, there are we are using 6.5 millimeter style material, and there are mats that go up to 9.5 millimeters in thickness. They are way more expensive. It's extreme hard to apply them because the metal has to be at 50 degrees Celsius.
Oh yeah.
And the material also.
Right.
And then you have to roll it on with high force. And in our tests, it only added another 2 to 2.5% of sound reduction.
That's
so
very small.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we don't even offer it in the Ultra package. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
There are other things we could do, which, for example, Rolls-Royce does, is foaming all the enclosed spaces, like on the roof.
Oh wow!
But this is something which is not reversible, or
it's destructive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever need to fish that wire out, you cannot.
Yeah.
You will never get it out. I have overused polystyrene foam before and learned a lesson. Not on a car, on a shed, but it was a problem.
Yeah.
So great. I guess anything we missed, anything we misunderstood. Is there anything you wanted to throw in before we wrap it up? No, I think we got it. So if you are in Europe, there is a company called Custom Tesla. We make your Tesla ready for the silent future. Body kit, power front, suspension, hi-fi sound up, soundproofing, auto door handle, and a whole lot more. They've got a video, which I assume we've been playing B-roll of during this time, but there will be a link in the description. I want to thank you so much for taking your time. And everybody else, like, subscribe, do the usual. You know what you're doing. And stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on the Flippity Flop. Oh, look, you hung out long enough to see what's going on. The bonus material is we have got 2 things to show. We'll start with this one. Yeah, you know, that's pretty exciting, I guess. But if you were going to do it, I think you'd want to do it a little fancier. Can we go fancy? Oh, now that is as close to an autograph from Franz von Holzhausen as you're going to get, at least in tattoo form, at least that I have seen. So that's...
And as we work on electric cars, grounding is always very important. So I also thought of that.
Oh, there you go.
And added this one.
There you go. And of course, you'll have to peek quickly because somewhere on there is a Tesla tattoo. You'll have to find it. Thank you again. And there you go. Now it's over.